some of the people that you expect to be the kindest people are some of the rudest, and then some of the people that you don't even know can be some of the kindest people. I've gotten more compliments from people that I don't know online, on TikTok, on YouTube, that has just been just real genuinely kind and nice, and then from the people that's supposed to be family has just been awful, like really awful to me, about the videos I post and the pictures I post and everything like that on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. But I don't know, man, it's weird. It's a weird time in my life where I'm doing literally, like, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm working hard in the gym, I'm working hard at work, I'm just busting my butt. I'm 30 years old. Nothing a good shoulder pump can't fix though. I figure I'll do about 4 or 5 sets of this, going up in weight each time. The Smith machine is so complicated to set up. Like, why? You could be like an inch off and just mess your whole time up. I got in the 1,000-pound club at this gym right here, and I was the first one on the list, the very first one to be in the 1,000-pound club at this gym ever. It's pretty neat. It's pretty good milestone. 405 on deadlift, 365 on squat, 295 on bench. I failed again at 315 today, but that's my issue. I've just been trying to max every week. It's just not sustainable. I got what would be 185 on the bar, but I understand it's a Smith machine, whatever. I'm tired. Like, I wasn't when I abruptly woke up at 1:30 a.m. after going to bed at 11:30 a.m. I wasn't tired laying in bed, but I drank pre-workout and everything, and I'm still drowsy. But I want to go through the whole workout, the whole shoulder routine, just for you guys. I'm fighting the tiredness and localized depression, just for you guys, just for you guys. You know what I noticed is that it doesn't matter how good of a person you are, how kindly you treat people, there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you. There's always going to be somebody who, no matter how kind you are, it's not enough. You'll never be enough for everybody. There's a saying or something like that. It's like, you could be the best apple in the entire bunch, but you'll never be good enough for somebody who doesn't like apples. Or something like that. You get the idea. The idea pretty much is that some people suck. Some people are just not gonna like you, and that's okay. We're not here to please men, we're here to please God. That's what people should be worried about. Dandelion. I'm just kidding. That's something, man. I went to church, not today, but yesterday technically, but I was in there and I felt God so strong, and I went up, knelt down at the altar. I felt some little hands on me. I was like, I looked around, it's my 2 little girls praying for their dad. I thought, what in the world am I stressed about? What in the world am I worried about? This right here, this is everything. Even if I'm doing nothing else, I'm doing right by them. They're seeing me at a low, not really a low point, but they're seeing me in a fragile state where they know that, yeah, it's good to be strong. It's good to have that strength, that inner strength to be able to withstand things that are thrown at you. But at the feet of Jesus, you can be as weak as you need to be, because his strength is made perfect in weakness. And at that time, my heart was so cast down. That's what I went up there and prayed about. Everything just weighs on you. Sometimes it all just comes out at once, you know? And I went up there and I just knelt down and I laid it all at his feet, and I was bawling, just tears everywhere. And I felt those little hands on me, and I was like, my goodness. This is, if nothing else, this is a sign that I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right, you know? And he meets you where you are. There's times where you're not mentally stable enough to come to him, and he just comes to you and he shows you that he's still there. He's still watching. He's still got your best interest in mind. It may not be something that you would expect. It may not be something that you necessarily want at the time, but he knows what's best. He knows you better than you know you. I don't know, just a thought, man, really. I think it's a good life. It's a good life living for the Lord, as we always say at our church. There's nothing like it. One more set here. Moving on some lateral raises. I've obviously not been spamming lateral raises, but when I do them, I can do at least like 5 sets, but I'll do different variations. So you see me do like 2 standing lateral raises, and I'll do 2 seated lateral raises, and maybe a single arm. But something that I've been doing is everything that I do with free weights for shoulders, I'll also do with cables. So let's get into this. We're not going heavy because we're doing high reps. And my elbows are killing me too from benching so much. I'll just come over here. I don't like to be seen recording in front of people. It's embarrassing because I'm like, who the heck am I, man? I look like this and I'm trying to record myself. My buddy from work just came in. I already did one more set of standing lateral raises, so I'm gonna move on to the seated ones. My phone's crooked, but I don't care. So for these, I like a slight incline, not straight up and down, but so each one of these sets is 15 reps, at least 15 reps, even if I gotta power through it. And what I'm generally doing is on these especially, I will come up until it starts to feel uncomfortable or my shoulder pops. And then the next one, I'll come up slightly below that. Just, I know it's probably not optimal, but that's the way that I do it. And on the standing ones, I come out in front of me, I kind of push down, and then when I go out, I'm still pushing down, but I'm only engaging the side. You don't have to come all the way up here. It's just like, but right there, your traps are just taking over. So push down and kind of imagine there's a rubber band or something wrapped around your arms, and you're just trying to flex it as much as possible, but you know that if you go past here, the rubber band's gonna snap and it's gonna hurt like crazy, pop around and probably hit you in the nipple. So you're flexing, you can only feel it in the side of your delt. I don't know if you could see, but when you do it like that, no trap involvement at all. But you go up here, the traps take over. I wouldn't say take over, because that's a strong word and something that dictators do, and we don't like those guys. Ow, I just hit my knee really hard on that. Ah. Oh, that hurt, and it kind of like aggravated me a little bit, but we're not gonna go to a dark place right now, because we don't need to. Because we had pre-workout and we don't need the darkness. So I did 2 sets of standing, and I'm gonna do 2 sets of seated. And maybe a single arm variation, just so I don't get any inconsistency in my shoulders. I've noticed, I found an exercise, I'm gonna show you guys. I found a chest exercise, kind of 2 of them, but it's basically the same thing. I'm gonna show you later, but I think it's my second favorite, second only to the decline flies. I gotta move away from pressing for a little bit, because I tweaked my elbow again. Man, my eyes are on fire. But I can rep out 100-pound dumbbells. That's no issue. But today, I started my warm-ups like I usually do with 75-pound dumbbells. And it hurt a little bit. It hurt my shoulder and mostly my elbow, but I had just got done doing like 5 or 6 sets of bench press, decline bench press, and like flies and stuff. So I was already pretty well maxed out on effort. But it hurt my shoulder and my elbow, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go down in weight this time and try to take it easy. I came up with a 70 on this side, got it seated, it was fine, it's great, no issue whatsoever. I came up with a 70 on this side, and it just fell out. I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm done. I'm gonna do some more flies. I'm disciplined, but I don't like not doing, if I'm not like tapped out completely, like, you know, like a zombie walking out of here, I feel like I haven't done enough. That's something else too. It took me a long time to connect with my delts, and but ever since I have, I've been able to connect just a couple of different ways, but one way majorly, and that one way majorly that I connected with them, I stuck with it. So don't let anybody tell you that you're doing dumbbell lateral raises wrong if that's the way that you feel it, because everybody's planes are different. My wife, for example, if she's seated, she's coming up to about right here when she starts to feel it. Me, I come up to about right here. I have to lead with my elbows to fully engage them, which that's what most people tell you to do. But on different styles, like different variations, like you'll see, I have to do it a different kind of way. Like when I'm doing it on cables, I come across my body, but my hand is out when I reach the top. But on these, my hand is down. So everybody's different. Don't let anybody tell you that you're doing it wrong if you feel it. If you feel it where you're targeting, then you're doing it right. Forget everybody else. and everybody's gonna have their own opinion, and some people suck. You just have to remember that. Okay. So, the unilateral style, I'm leaning on a bench like this, dumbbell out in front. Where now, just like the cable lateral raises, you're coming across your body, so you're getting the full stretch on your side delt, and then you just come up like that. Yeah, just like that. If you notice, my hand at the top is turning outward just like I do on cables. You'll figure out how to make it work for yourself. You saw it from the front, and show it from the side now. Reach down. Now, so if you have one side that's bigger than the other, say you're look at that pump. Say your left side you have more trouble connecting with, or your left side's smaller because you're right-handed, whatever. Anyway, you want to start with that side. You want to start with your weaker side. So that way, when you come in fresh, all the attention is going to that delt that needs the most work. Then you can wear out the other side. But that's 5 sets, 3 different variations. We're moving on to cables. Actually, we're not, because we did front delts, side delts. Now we gotta do rear delts. I'm gonna show you that too. Okay, this is my favorite way. We're gonna rear delts with dumbbells. It's highly controversial. And a lot of people don't like setting up the bench like this, for whatever reason. But we're gonna stay with the 25s. We're gonna get on the bench like this. And all we're gonna do is roll, baby, roll. Now another way of doing lateral raises that I used to do, not so much anymore, I don't know why, just like that. That is a very good way of doing lateral raises also. I'm not sure why I stopped doing them, but you'll be able to look at that rear delt already popping. But your rear delts get a lot of work on pull day. And on pull day, I'm a very happy man because I love back day, if you can't tell. I gotta work on my poses. My poses suck. I also gotta work on my confidence. So because my rear delts get so much work with my pull movements, I only really do 2 sets, because when I switch to cables from dumbbells or free weights or whatever, I don't want to be super fatigued. So everything else I do 5 sets. I'm not going to do 5 sets on rear delts, just for that reason. I've learned my lesson. I've learned to not over fatigue things. It took a while, but we learned it. Been messing up on my own movement. So in the beginning, you saw me just shrugging them back, which is fine. I felt it in my rear delts, but there at the end, you saw me keep my elbows straight through the entire motion. And that's the way that you want to do it. You don't want to necessarily, like you're doing a row, you want to activate the entire delt. So keep that in mind. So these right here, like I said, I do everything I do on free weights, I do on cables, just so I'm being as optimal as possible. That almost rhymes, but anyway, I go a little bit lower than that. I don't like pulling straight off the floor, but whatever you feel is whatever works. It's whatever's right. A little bit lower than that, actually. About knee height. Okay. See how my hand goes out? I'm not gonna hurt myself, so I'm gonna stop at, I think that was 12. Golly, my boobies are showing. So when I got to 12 on my left arm, which is actually my bad shoulder, whatever that means, I wasn't as tired as I was on my right arm. So that makes me think that by doing like double lateral raises, my mind muscle connection is more with my right one than it is with my left. So by doing unilateral movements, you're learning things like that. So it allows you to connect differently with different muscles, or with the same muscle on a different side. And I'm gonna go down because I am tired. I'm gonna go down and weight because I am tired, but I also want to raise the reps because your delts can handle a lot of volume, more than you would think. My rear delts are popping. They're on fire right now. There it is. 10. 16. 18. I do not like taking long rest periods in between sets, and I will not, because if I don't need it, I'm not going to do it. Just because it's optimal, I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to grow my delts, and I don't want to do anything to hinder that growth. Sliding in here is atrocious. Like, it's really, really bad. there's so much of it. It's like, why? Why does it gotta be like that? Because it just reflects off of my pale Caucasian skin. And I don't care for it at all. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You feeling me? You picking up what I'm putting down? All right then. Go, slice it. That's what Mike Israel says, right? Anywhere from 8 to 30 reps. So, we hit 30, my dude. Alright, this left side's already aching. So, we're gonna see what we can do. I'm almost trying to push my shoulder out off of my body. I don't know if you can even see. Yeah, you can probably see that. Only 2, only 3. I'm stopping there. It starts to hurt. I'm done. I'm not stupid. I do not do front raises because I don't know how to flex them. My front delts are pretty large. Like, I think they're abnormally large for me, but I do a lot of press work and it's not impressive. You see what I did there? Anyway, rear delts. This is my favorite exercise for rear delts. And what you'll see is at the bottom, as I pull across my body, I do thumbs in the air. So you'll see. I guess I could just show you. I don't know why I had to do it dry like that. But I got a full stretch right now on my rear delts. Slack on the cable so that when you come up, you're not hitting the pulley. So just slack it out and pull across your body. Relatively straight arm. It's okay to have a slight bend, but you're pulling away from yourself. So imagine you're trying to sweep your arm out as far as you can. You're pushing out and around at the same time. Ow, that stretch is immaculate. That way you don't engage your trap muscles on the back, because your trap goes way on down there. I've lost count. So you'll find ways to help with the mind-muscle connection, and the way that I have found is to close my eyes during the set. So when I close my eyes, I can picture my path and I can picture the muscle that I'm trying to target. And then in the interim, like during the set, I can tweak my hands just ever so slightly. And what that does is it changes the path or changes the muscle. I don't know what it does really, but it works. But you coming down like this, you feel it slightly. So you make a minor adjustment, turn your hand a little bit, and you feel it more. You're like, oh my gosh. You turn your hand a little bit more on the next rep, and you're like, dang, that's really connecting. Then you turn your hand a little bit more, and then you're like, oh, my rotator cuff. So you learn different ways to connect to the muscle. I think this stuff is extremely fun because you're getting more in tune with your body, and usually you do that at the ripe old age of 12, but we're doing it at 30, so that was a joke. My elbow popped. I'm not getting as many reps with my right arm as I am my left because my right shoulder is worn smooth out. There it is. Boy, that was good. So this time I felt like I needed to point my thumbs down towards the floor a little bit more, like this. And I feel it more that way too. So you just start picking up more on what your body's asking for. I know it's weird, but just try it. Alright, that's pretty much it. It's a really good shoulder pump. I don't do the pec deck rear delt flies just because I feel limited in my mobility. So if I feel limited in my mobility, I know it's not optimal for me. I'm not getting the most out of it that I can, so I'm not going to stick with it. I want to stick with something where I can work the full muscle. Now the movement that I was telling you guys about, that I found that is my favorite for chest, is, so you saw me do the high to low cable flies, which I like, and the low to high cable flies, which I also like for upper chest. But these bad boys here are a unilateral movement of the same exercise. And I picked up on this yesterday because this side of this cable stack is screwed up. So you can't do the flies on this one. Then there's that cable stack over there, but it's way too wide and very uncomfortable to do. So I needed a way to do this exercise because I love it so much. Basically, to get the full stretch out of it, you're stepping pretty far out. It's stretching already here. And you come down like that. That right there is an insane stretch on that pec, and it's gonna give you that swoop, the swoop-de-doop-de, from a different angle now. Change it up a little bit. you want to kind of turn your body away from the cable too. That way you can really fly behind yourself and connect with that pec. And then, same thing for the upper chest. Say, buddy, stretch all the way behind you and come up in front of you. So, not like that. Because your pec muscle does this. So essentially the workout that you want to do to activate that targeted muscle of your upper pec is the same movement. So if you do this and bring it across your body in front of your forehead, you will feel that upper pec activate. So do the same thing with the cable. You do the same thing on the other side. I'll move you to the other side. So you're not just looking at my butt the whole time, you weirdos. The other side. There's your front raises right there for your front delts. My goodness. Ooh, that's nice. I liked it so much I didn't want to stop. I went ahead and ripped out another set while y'all wasn't looking. Anyways, Friday, I'm going to Arkansas Muscle Gym. I'm going to be hitting the workout with my buddy Chase Starnes, aka Built by Chase. And we're going to do back. Because back day is the best day. So, stay tuned for that. I'm going to have a videographer come out and he's going to film the whole thing. It's going to be a real fun time. We're going to show off Arkansas Muscle Gym a little bit. All its many attributes. So if you're ever in Northeast Arkansas, you can come out to Arkansas Muscle Gym and check it out. It's not this one. This one's great. This one's fine. The lighting is awful. But this is a good gym for, it's done everything that I needed to do. Natural State Fitness in Manila. But Arkansas Muscle is more of a grungy style, if you're into that. Grungy style, dark lighting, low lighting, where the recording is just better there. And this is more of a lifestyle fitness kind of gym, which is fine. Like I said, it has everything that you need to build the body that you want. It doesn't have everything, but it has everything that you need. It's a great gym. Love this gym. I came up in this gym. Still coming up in this gym, whatever. But I will be at Arkansas Muscle Gym on Friday. Yeah, Friday of this week, which is tomorrow, the 10th. The 10th. So stay tuned for that. Come out and see us. We'll be there around noon o'clock. So that's been shoulder day with a little bit of chest. and some ranting going on and some teaching going on from my personal experiences. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, send this to your buddies. If you don't have any buddies, send it to people that you don't know. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. God bless you. God bless our troops.